Model Christina Carlin-Kraft's last hours shone on security cameras. In a small, peaceful town, a life filled with beauty, dreams, and love took a tragic turn, leading to a story that will make you question the true nature of the people we encounter every day. Today, we dive into the haunting case of Christina Carlin-Kraft, a woman whose bright future in modeling was cut short in a shocking and brutal way. As we uncover the chilling details of her life, the events leading to her death, and the investigation that followed, you'll realize how easily everything can change. Don't forget to subscribe and like so you never miss a story like this one. In a quiet coastal town called Egg Harbor in New Jersey, during the crisp autumn of 1981, a baby girl named Christina Rose Carlin-Kraft entered the world. Born on November 11th to her proud parents, Stuart Kraft and Dawn Carlin, Christina was a beacon of hope for the young family. Her arrival marked the beginning of what they hoped would be a life filled with joy, success, and endless possibilities. With her delicate features and radiant presence, even as an infant, she seemed destined for something extraordinary. Christina's striking beauty was apparent from an early age. She inherited her unique looks from a blend of Russian, German, and Swedish ancestry, giving her a distinctive appearance marked by olive-toned skin and piercing green eyes. Beyond her beauty, Christina was a lively, outgoing child whose laughter could light up any room. Family friends fondly remember her boundless energy and warm personality. She had a natural charisma that drew people to her, making her the heart of every gathering. However, Christina's early years were not without hardship. In 1990, tragedy struck the family when her mother passed away unexpectedly. At just 9 years old, Christina faced the harsh reality of losing a parent. Her younger brother, only 7 at the time, looked up to her as she stepped into a nurturing role despite her own grief. Stuart, now a widower with 2 young children, did his best to provide a stable home and fill the void left by his wife's absence. This loss became a defining moment for Christina, shaping her into someone wise beyond her years. Despite the immense challenges, Christina displayed incredible resilience and maturity. Her school teacher, Mrs. Patterson, would later recall her as a student with a rare combination of beauty, strength, and determination. Christina didn't just stand out for her looks, but also for her kind heart and willingness to help others. She took on the responsibility of caring for her brother, trying her best to shield him from the pain of their shared loss. It was as though she understood, even at that young age, the importance of family and the strength it takes to hold one together. In time, Stuart found love again and remarried. Christina's family expanded with the arrival of 2 more siblings, a boy and a girl. By the time her youngest half-sister was born, Christina was finishing high school. The 19-year age gap turned Christina into more than just an older sister. She became a guiding figure and a second mother to the little ones. Balancing her dreams, studies, and family responsibilities, Christina developed a sense of compassion and leadership that would carry her through life's challenges. Her experiences growing up in a family shaped by loss and love set the foundation for her journey into adulthood, where her inner strength would shine just as brightly as her outer beauty. After finishing high school, Christina Carlin-Kraft set out to find her way in life, unsure of where the journey would take her. Like many young people, she started with what was available to her: a job as a waitress at a casino along the New Jersey shore. It wasn't glamorous, and it certainly wasn't her dream, but it offered her invaluable life lessons. Christina learned how to connect with people, read their emotions, and handle even the most challenging situations with grace and composure. She discovered the importance of patience and the art. Alex first noticed Christina as she worked, her unique beauty and calm demeanor standing out even in the bustling atmosphere of the resort. There was something captivating about her, not just in her striking features, but in her presence. Friends of Alex would later recall how deeply she had impressed him. She wasn't just beautiful, Alex told his close friends. She had a depth and authenticity that was rare. It wasn't long before their initial conversations turned into a whirlwind romance. Despite coming from different worlds, Alex saw something extraordinary in Christina, a young woman with dreams, ambition, and an undeniable spark of determination. Their relationship flourished over the years, becoming a source of strength and support for Christina. Alex believed in her dreams of becoming a model and encouraged her to pursue them wholeheartedly. He wasn't just her romantic partner, he became a steadfast supporter, cheering her on as she took her first tentative steps into the modeling world. Their bond grew stronger with time, and their love endured for 14 years, a testament to their mutual respect and unwavering commitment to each other. While her relationship blossomed, Christina began carving her path in the modeling industry. Her exotic looks and natural charisma quickly caught the attention of photographers and modeling agencies. What began with small photo shoots and local fashion shows soon evolved into opportunities with bigger brands and prominent platforms. Her first major breakthrough came when she landed a contract with MAC Cosmetics, a significant achievement that marked her entry into the big leagues of the fashion world. Christina's career continued to gain momentum with appearances in high-profile projects. She worked with iconic brands like Victoria's Secret and graced the pages of esteemed magazines such as Vanity Fair and Maxim. Each accomplishment brought her closer to the dream she had nurtured for so long: to appear in Playboy, a magazine that represented the pinnacle of success for many models of her era. In 2009, Christina achieved a piece of that dream when she was chosen as Playboy's Cybergirl of the Week. It was a moment of triumph that celebrated how far she had come from a small-town waitress to a rising star in the world of modeling. Although Christina's selection as Playboy's Cybergirl of the Week wasn't the grand breakthrough she had dreamed of, it opened doors she hadn't imagined. She gained access to the elite world of high fashion and exclusive social events. Invitations to the iconic Playboy mansion became frequent, and she mingled with Hugh Hefner and other influential figures in the industry. These connections gave her a glimpse into the glamour she had always aspired to. However, her success came with its challenges. By the time she turned 26, Christina was faced with a harsh truth. The modeling industry had strict standards, and she was considered too old for prominent features in Playboy's main spreads. This realization hit Christina hard. The rejection felt like a significant setback, especially after years of hard work. But Christina had always been resilient. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, she focused on finding new opportunities. She began exploring ways to expand her career beyond modeling, seeking a future where she could leverage her experience and creativity. By 2016, her life had undergone several transformations. Her relationship with Alex Ciccatelli Jr. had grown stronger, and they decided to start a new chapter together in Ardmore, a prestigious suburb of Philadelphia. Ardmore offered a stark contrast to the high-energy lifestyle Christina had known. Known for its historic homes, boutique shops, and quiet charm, the area seemed like an idyllic retreat. Alex purchased a luxurious condominium for the couple, nestled in an upscale neighborhood just minutes from the bustling Suburban Square shopping center. The condo, though located on the first floor, was elevated to give them additional privacy. To stay connected with the energy of her former life, Christina frequently visited Center City, Philadelphia. She spent time at trendy restaurants and bars, seeking the social vibrancy she missed. It was during one of these outings in 2016 that an incident occurred that would later cast a shadow over her reputation. While dining at a Manhattan restaurant, she got into an argument with a manager over a bill. Under the influence of alcohol, the situation escalated, and Christina ended up striking an employee. The altercation could have caused significant damage to her public image, but Alex stepped in to help. With the support of experienced lawyers, the charges against her were dropped, contingent on her maintaining a clean record for the next 6 months. The incident was a wake-up call for Christina, highlighting the challenges of transitioning from her high-profile modeling career to a quieter, more restrained lifestyle. It was a delicate balance, trying to embrace a new chapter while holding on to the person she had always been. The altercation in Manhattan was a wake-up call for Christina and Alex. It made them reconsider their lifestyle and prompted a move to the quieter, more secluded Ardmore. They hoped the change would bring peace and stability to their lives, far removed from the chaos of city nightlife. However, the tranquility they sought was short-lived. On August 17, 2018, a series of events began to unfold, leading to a tragic end that no one could have foreseen. That evening, Christina, as she often did when Alex was away, headed to a bar in Center City, Philadelphia. Surveillance footage from the night captured her leaving the bar around midnight and getting into a taxi driven by Andre Melton, a 31-year-old resident of Southwest Philadelphia. Christina, visibly disoriented and in no condition to make decisions, seemed to lose consciousness in the back seat. What happened next was chilling. Instead of helping her or seeking medical assistance, Melton exploited the situation. Melton found Christina's apartment keys in her purse and used them to enter her luxury condominium. Over the next hour, he ransacked the home, stealing designer handbags, expensive jewelry, and other valuables. By the time Christina woke up the next morning, Melton was long gone. She quickly realized that items worth over $12,000 had been stolen. Deeply shaken and suspecting she may have been drugged, Christina contacted the police to report the theft. The investigation began, but progress was slow. Despite Christina's report and suspicions, no immediate leads emerged. Just a few days later, on August 21st, 2018, life seemed to continue as usual. Alex had left for work in New York that morning, as was typical for their relationship. That evening, he tried calling Christina to wish her goodnight, but she didn't pick up. At the time, Alex wasn't overly concerned. Christina often went out on her own when he was away, and he assumed she was simply busy or out with friends. However, the reality of what happened that night was far more sinister. Surveillance footage revealed that around 1 o'clock a.m. on August 22nd, Christina ordered a ride to Center City. By 3 o'clock a.m., cameras captured her near a pizzeria at the intersection of South Broad Street and 13th Street. It was there she encountered Jonathan Wesley Harris, a 30-year-old man who had been released from prison just 5 weeks earlier. Unbeknownst to Christina, Harris had a long criminal record, including convictions for armed robbery, assault, and drug-related offenses. The two struck up a conversation, and Christina, perhaps seeking companionship in her loneliness, agreed to bring Harris back to her Ardmore condo. At 3:08 a.m., surveillance cameras at the condominium captured the pair entering the building together. Tragically, these would be the last images of Christina alive. What followed inside her apartment would later shock her family, friends, and the quiet community of Ardmore. The building's security system recorded only one notable activity after Christina and Jonathan Wesley Harris entered the apartment. At 5:19 a.m., the balcony door was opened and closed, a seemingly insignificant detail that would later add to the timeline of events. By the evening of August 22nd, 2018, Alex Ciccatelli, who had been unable to contact Christina all day, decided to return to Ardmore, worried about her silence. When he arrived at their condominium around 9:15 p.m., his growing concern turned into alarm. He discovered that his key wouldn't work because the door had been locked with the deadbolt from inside. Frantic and unable to gain entry, Alex knocked and called out for Christina, but there was no response. Fearing the worst, he contacted the police for assistance. The initial response from officers was cautious. Welfare checks in affluent neighborhoods like Ardmore were not uncommon, and the police assumed this might be another routine call. However, the tone shifted when Alex informed them about the recent robbery at the apartment. Realizing there could be more to the situation, the officers decided to act decisively. Using a battering ram, police forced their way into the condominium. What awaited them inside shattered the peace associated with the upscale neighborhood. The apartment, typically immaculate, was in disarray. Furniture had been overturned, personal items were strewn across the floor, and clear signs of a violent struggle were evident. The scene was chaotic, but the true horror awaited in the bedroom. Detective Michael Morrissey, the first to enter the room, later recounted the scene during court proceedings. Amid the destruction, they found a body concealed beneath a blood-soaked sheet. As the sheet was lifted, the officers were confronted with a sight that would haunt them. Christina's once beautiful face, known for gracing the pages of magazines, was unrecognizable. Her features were marred by numerous injuries, later determined to include 22 fractures to her facial bones. The brutality of the attack was shocking. While the blunt force trauma was severe, the autopsy revealed the official cause of death to be strangulation. Investigators suspected that the killer had used an article of clothing or another improvised item to choke Christina. With a clear case of homicide on their hands, Montgomery County homicide detectives launched a full-scale investigation. Determined to find justice for Christina, the detectives worked tirelessly, piecing together every clue. As is customary in such cases, investigators initially focused on the victim's fiancé. The investigation took a significant turn when detectives meticulously reviewed the extensive network of surveillance cameras throughout the area. Each frame of footage helped reconstruct Christina's final hours. The recording showed her taking a Lyft ride to Center City, where the driver later confirmed dropping her off around midnight in the bustling restaurant and bar district. While this information corroborated her movements, the key breakthrough came from footage near a pizzeria where she had encountered her eventual killer. The high-quality video captured clear images of the suspect's face, and these were quickly released to the media. The response was swift. An anonymous tip led investigators to an unexpected source: the suspect's former roommate from a psychiatric facility. The caller revealed disturbing details about his time with Jonathan Wesley Harris, the man now suspected of Christina's murder. According to the tipster, Harris had openly bragged about enjoying strangling people and watching their final moments, a chilling prelude to the crime that had just occurred. As police tracked Harris's movements, they discovered he had tried to flee the area, purchasing a bus ticket to Pittsburgh. His attempt at escape was short-lived. On August 29, 2018, just as Christina's grieving family was gathering for her funeral, law enforcement apprehended Harris. Despite his efforts to use a false name during the arrest, officers quickly confirmed his identity. Harris was found wearing blood-stained clothing taken from Christina's apartment, garments he had stolen to replace his own blood-soaked attire. During his initial interrogation, Harris offered a story that attempted to frame the events as a drug deal gone wrong. He claimed that he had gone to Christina's apartment to sell her $1,200 worth of cocaine. According to him, they had consumed alcohol and cocaine together, followed by consensual sex. He alleged that an argument erupted when she refused to pay, leading to a physical altercation in which she hit him with a bottle. Harris claimed he acted in self-defense. This version of events quickly unraveled under scrutiny. Perhaps the most damning piece of evidence came in the form of a text message Harris sent to a friend on the night of the murder. The message read, "Just met a sexy chick. She's a model. Going to her place." This casual brag revealed not only his intentions, but also his utter disregard for the human life he would soon take. It was a message devoid of empathy, showing a chilling detachment from the heinous crime he would commit. After 3 weeks of emotionally charged testimony, the case was handed to the jury for deliberation. The jury faced a critical question. Was this a case of first-degree murder, as the prosecution argued, or a lesser charge influenced by the defense's claims of impaired judgment? Their decision came swiftly. After only 4 hours, they returned with a verdict: guilty on all counts. Harris was convicted of first-degree murder, kidnapping, possession of an instrument of crime, and strangulation. During sentencing, Judge Thomas Del Ricci addressed Harris directly, condemning the senselessness of his actions. "In 30 years on the bench, I have rarely seen such a brutal and pointless act," the judge stated. "You not only took a beautiful life, but you shattered an entire community's sense of safety." Before the final sentence was handed down, Christina's grieving family addressed the court. Her father, Stuart Kraft, held a cherished photo of Christina as a child, his voice trembling with emotion. "She was the brightest light in our lives," he said, encapsulating the loss felt by all who loved her. The courtroom was heavy with pain, but also with the dignity and love of a family determined to honor Christina's memory. The impact of Christina Carlin-Kraft's tragic death extended far beyond the walls of her apartment. Her family and loved ones stood in court to confront the man who had taken her life, expressing their anguish and their determination to preserve her memory. Alex Ciccatelli, Christina's fiancé of 14 years, stared directly at the killer with unwavering conviction. "You're a coward," he said. "You didn't just take her life. You tried to destroy her memory with your lies about drugs. Christina was kind, loving, and pure. That's how she'll be remembered by everyone who truly knew her." His words carried the weight of a shared history, a deep love, and an unyielding resolve to ensure Christina's legacy would remain untarnished. Christina's younger sister, unable to hold back tears, spoke about the unfillable void her death had left in their lives. "Every holiday, every birthday, every family gathering feels incomplete now," she said. "There's always an empty chair, a silence where her laughter should be." Her words resonated with the audience, illustrating how one act of senseless violence had shattered a family's happiness and left a permanent scar. The courtroom was not only a place of judgment, but also a space where the pain and loss of Christina's loved ones were laid bare for all to see. The murder shocked not just the tight-knit community of Ardmore, but the entire country. It sparked discussions about women's safety and the need for systemic changes to protect vulnerable individuals. In the aftermath of the tragedy, local authorities took significant steps to improve security in the area. Additional surveillance cameras were installed, police patrols were increased, and personal safety seminars were organized to educate residents about protecting themselves in potentially dangerous situations. The case also prompted ride-sharing companies like Lyft and Uber to reassess their safety protocols. New features, such as real-time route sharing and an emergency alert button, were introduced to provide passengers with added layers of security. In honor of Christina's memory, her family founded the Christina's Light Foundation, dedicated to supporting victims of violence and their families. The foundation also sponsors self-defense classes for women and advocates for stricter measures against parolees with violent histories. Through these efforts, Christina's legacy has become a beacon of hope for many, helping survivors rebuild their lives and empowering women to protect themselves. The modeling agency Christina worked with also established a scholarship in her name, aimed at helping aspiring models launch their careers safely. In Ardmore, a memorial garden now stands in one of Christina's favorite places to walk. Filled with her favorite white roses, the garden is a serene spot for reflection and remembrance. A plaque there bears one of her most cherished quotes: "Beauty is everywhere in this world, you just need to know how to see it." The garden has become a symbol of resilience and hope, offering solace to those who visit and reminding everyone of the beauty Christina brought to the lives of those who knew her. Years after the tragedy, Christina's story continues to inspire change and save lives. The Christina's Light Foundation has already helped hundreds of women escape cycles of violence or recover from traumatic experiences. Through education, advocacy, and a commitment to safety, Christina's family has turned their personal grief into a powerful force for good. While her absence will always be deeply felt, her legacy serves as a lasting reminder that even in the face of tragedy, love and determination can create a better, safer world. Christina Carlin-Kraft's tragic case has become a rallying cry for advocates of stricter parole laws, urging legislators to tighten controls over offenders with violent pasts. Her story is now often referenced in debates about public safety and the justice system's responsibility to prevent similar tragedies. Every year on November 11th, her birthday, friends, family, and supporters gather at the memorial garden dedicated to her. They light candles, share heartfelt memories, and honor a life that, while brief, touched so many people in meaningful ways. These gatherings are not just moments of mourning, but also celebrations of the vibrant and compassionate person Christina was. For those who truly knew her, Christina was far more than the media's portrayal of a glamorous model with ties to Playboy. Her close friend Jennifer recalls, "Chris was incredibly intelligent. She had a deep love for art, literature, and philosophy. Her beauty was only a fraction of what made her so special." Christina's neighbors speak fondly of her kindness, recounting how she would feed stray cats and contribute generously to local animal shelters. The owner of a small coffee shop in Ardmore remembers her as someone who always left generous tips and took time to engage with elderly patrons dining alone, offering them moments of warmth and connection. In his final words at the trial, Christina's father made a poignant statement that encapsulates her enduring legacy. "A killer can take a life, but they cannot destroy love." Christina's light continues to shine through all of us who loved and remember her. These words have become a powerful reminder to her loved ones and supporters of the importance of focusing on Christina's life rather than the circumstances of her death. They serve as a guiding principle for those who strive to keep her memory alive, ensuring that her story is not defined solely by tragedy. Christina's life, as those who knew her best will tell you, was a testament to compassion, intelligence, and joy. She brought light to everyone around her, whether through small acts of kindness or her boundless curiosity about the world. Her legacy now inspires others to make the world a better place, whether through advocating for safety, supporting animal welfare, or simply being kind to those who need it most. Her story, though heartbreaking, serves as a reminder of the impact one person can have, even in a short amount of time. In the end, Christina Carlin-Kraft's life is not defined by her untimely death, but by the way she lived, with love, generosity, and an unyielding spirit. Her memory continues to inspire positive change, from local initiatives in her community to broader societal conversations about justice and safety. Her family, friends, and countless others who have been touched by her story carry her light forward, proving that even in the face of loss, love and kindness can prevail. The tragic story of Christina Carlin-Kraft is a stark reminder of how fragile life can be, and how easily someone can be lost to violence and betrayal, it sheds light on the dark side of fame, the dangers of trust, and the harsh reality that not everyone who crosses our path has good intentions. Christina's story teaches us the importance of safety, vigilance, and cherishing the moments we have with those we love. Thank you for listening to this story. If it made you think, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your support means a lot and helps us continue bringing these important stories to light. Subscribe to stay updated on more stories that will keep you informed and aware. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.